Yes, I. Mic check, mic check. Yeah, mic check, mic check. We in the building. Back with another one. Back with another one. Back with another one. Come on. Back with another one. Yeah. 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 What's up? Mic check, mic check. Come on now. This shit right here, baby. Yo, this it right here, baby. Yeah, this it right here, baby. Let me cut some music on for y'all. Proclamaya, Tani. So that's a little bit of George Benjour. A little bit of George Benjour. I'm sipping up on some yerba mate, hawthorn berry, and peppermint. Good energy, you know. Blood circulation for the heart, you know. So it's a good one. It's a real good one for the eye. Let me turn the mic down a little bit for y'all, because I know it could be a little bit loud. Yeah. So that's that. So yeah, that's what I'm looking up for y'all today. Got a little bit of mate, proclamation. You know, I have to let my heart out. You know, I have to let it breathe. You see my mala? Proco? Alright, so let me finish this first. Y'all finish listening to some music. I'm gonna get back to y'all 1 second. We're gonna be talking about sacred cultivation skills with the Taoist sex magic and things like that. So excuse me, you got the TV right here. So I'm looking at y'all and you looking at me and you looking at me and I'm looking at y'all right here. So we're gonna do a nice little opening, open the space up for y'all. Give me a couple of seconds. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but I got a little hawthorn berry right now. You know, some peppermint. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I wanted to cut a little track on though. Because you know, I mean, you can't start your vibrational frequency off without a little bit of Rastafari. You know? That's not it. Look. We're gonna have to. I just wanted to give y'all some good vibrational frequency to get y'all started out. Welcome. I'd like to welcome y'all to House of Soul. And yeah, this is a good start. We're gonna be talking about Taoist transformation skills. This particular path is gonna be on sex magic. Sacred cultivation skills, because these people have to learn how to make love and the intimate, tantra, sacred intimacy, with a higher purpose and the whole fullness of things. It's like we have a lot of superpowers right now that we cultivate, and when it comes to sex in general, we've kind of like polluted its natural source with a lot of things. It's so potent in itself. It's a magic source, so you can do magic, but picture a lot of individuals. We're not doing magic, right? And so just being able to get ourselves acquainted now with doing sex magic, and sacred cultivation. That's a whole another thing, right? So let's get y'all tuned up. I'm gonna listen to some. My ladies, let y'all get the drop before I go. Johnson, Johnson, you represent. Fireman. Yeah, fireman, yeah. Yeah. I was for the teacher. Hold up. Okay, 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 okay. Alright, alright. We're gonna get back to the teaching. Get back to the teaching. My apologies. Okay. So look, yeah. It's my favorite now, you know. I like doing my piano and things. I also like the teaching. So we're gonna be talking about a lot of that was transformation skills. So let me get y'all ready for this. Let's open up the book. Bayao, bayao. Boom. Bing bong. Bang bong bizzle. Please excuse all the extra things. Let me move all that. Bow. Move all that. So, there's stages, you know, for preparing for the right partner. All those things like that, you know. There's 6 stages of transformational practices used in ancient Taoist magic in order to purify a sorcerer's consort before beginning dual cultivation training. Dual cultivation training is, in itself, is a beautiful thing. I mean, we're talking about, you know, we're not talking about like sex magic the way they, oh, this is dual cultivation, right? Right? You're cultivating each other. This is sacred now. So as we're purifying ourselves and we come into our higher purpose and we start to, align into our divinity with our partner, I'm gonna cut on some frequencies for y'all, like, some sound therapy jokes. Yeah, yeah, I know y'all like that, right? Yeah. So that's how we're gonna do that. Yeah. So when it comes to like choosing and the qualifying, etc. This is dual cultivation, so you can't just be intimate with just anyone now. You have to be aligned in your sacred frequency, so that once you are channeling together, you're able to manifest. You can only imagine ones, just intimate for all different types of reasons. But that leaves you open, wide open portal. Especially when it's like you remove your intention. So you have to have righteous intent. One, when it comes to like sharing intimacy with each other, and the sacred exchange, purifying each other, cultivation, because this is dual cultivation at its finest. So let's get into it. So there are 6 stages of preparing your partner or preparing the partner for dual cultivation. And the first stage is qualifying a partner, right? Second stage is freeing the past. Third stage is fusing the energy. The fourth stage is fusing the spirit. See that? You're fusing the spirit now. The fifth stage is activating the core. And the sixth stage is imprinting the core. So we're going to go through all of these, each of these practices. But let's start out talking about preparing a partner. So these 6 important stages allow the sorcerer to purify, balance, and activate the consort's body, mind, emotions, and spiritual nature. You want to activate those things, especially when you're dealing with a sacred one. Y'all in sacred exchange with each other. You have to activate the consort's body, mind, emotions, and spiritual nature. Because you're coming into sacred space, you might have dormant energy now. Right? They always say the hugs, they open up millions of cells inside the body. Hug always opens up millions of cells inside the body, right? Right? So you're talking about activation, purify, balance, and activate, and you want to activate the consorts, body, mind, emotions, and spiritual nature. Many things are necessary when it comes to, before you even get into like, intimacy and things like that. You have to understand that this is a merging of the souls in that space, right? Merging of our ancestors, your spirits. As so this purification, activation, and sanctification process provides a powerful energetic connection and allows the sorcerer and his or her partner to receive maximum benefit from the cultivation act. The maximum benefit from the cultivation act starts at the core. Purification, activation, and sanctification. Whoa. Sanctification. That process in itself is so sacred, And this provides a powerful energetic connection and also allows the sorcerer and his or her partner to receive maximum benefit from the cultivation act. Maximum benefit from cultivation. So when you're talking about your intimacy with one, is able to break the barriers of the physical existence. When it comes to, receiving, manifesting, rising, cultivating, nourishing, nurturing, embodying. And when it comes to bringing reincarnation, your ancestors, there's ways of reincarnation when it comes to, giving birth, definitely. But when it comes to intimacy and things like that, you can reincarnate your ancestors into each other's bodies, especially when it comes to activating your spiritual nature. Sanctification. Oh, this is a temple now, right? This is a temple. So, yeah. These 6 stages are generally achieved slowly over a few days, weeks, since there is an adjustment period required after each practice in order for the consort to integrate the new energetic state. Let me go this over weeks now, days, whatever, depends on the consort, depending on the person, right? When it comes to the cultivation aspect of it, right? And so, adjustment period required after each practice in order for the consort to integrate the new energetic state. These various transformational practices allow the sorcerer and his or her consort time to energetically bond, setting a solid foundation for training dual cultivation and sex magic. These 6 stages are qualifying a partner, again, freeing the past, fusing the energy, fusing the spirit, activating the core, and imprinting the core. So let's go ahead and get into it, right? We're going to get into the first stage, qualifying a partner. Qualifying a partner now. So choosing the right partner for sexual cultivation practice is paramount for any sorcerer of Taoist sex magic. Without the proper amount of energetic sensitivity, both the sorcerer and his consort will miss the subtle energetic nuances that occur during dual cultivation practices. Therefore, in ancient China, certain guidelines were established in order to assist the Taoist sorcerer in determining the energetic qualifications of a consort with whom he or she could effectively perform dual cultivation sex magic, right? So you gotta, this is like very sacred now, because you want to make sure that you don't miss the subtle nuances, the energetic frequencies that that come in. You might be dealing with a partner and they just want to get straight to the thing. Like, oh, hold up, baby, like I want to feel you. Let me feel your spirit. Now you might miss the fact that you kiss a woman and it's electric shock, that shock that comes through the kiss or the hug, that it's like electric touch. Like you might miss the tantra that comes from just being in each other's presence, the natural things, like these energetic frequencies that happen when we're around each other. The ancestors are speaking to us. They come in and they say these all these type of things you have to pay attention to, right? When it comes to preparing for your dual cultivation, because that's exactly what it is. It's dual cultivation. Why not? It's dual cultivation. Ooh. Right. Okay. Therefore, in ancient China, certain guidelines were established in order for A Darwin saucer in determining the energetic qualifications of a consort with whom he or she is effectively performed dual cultivation, sex magic. According to Myro Shan teachings, without the specific qualifications, the sorcerer is better off practicing the single cultivation techniques. If you can't find your right one that is going to practice, that you can be able to practice your magic with, is you're better off practicing your single cultivation. And this is not talking about what you think we're talking about. Cultivation now. We're talking about cultivation. We're not talking about lust and all these type of things like that. Oh, let me hurry up and let me just. I don't even do that. I don't even watch porn. I don't watch none of those things. So I don't think you should. So I'm not recommending those things at all, because we're talking about cultivation. We're not talking about ejaculation. We're not talking about all these type of things like that. We want to do orgasm, all these type of things, right? Organism. Sorry, I'm childish. Okay, so single cultivation techniques, right? That's what you want to be doing, right? Until you practice, until you find your one that you can do your dual cultivation with, right? Because your single cultivation techniques of sex magic, also known as vampire techniques, absorbing qi and shin from as many natural sources as possible. According to the ancient Taoist teachings, there are 3 primary energetic factors that influence finding a lover or enemy. These 3 energetic factors are commonly known as the 3 influences of heaven love, human love, and earth love, described as follows. Heaven love is a type of supernatural influence, is regarded as a form of romantic fate. It is that unseen energetic network of romantic fusion and natural compatibility that allows for a deeper spiritual connection to exist between an individual and his or her mate. This type of magical influence is viewed as a form of spiritual attachment or chemistry that immediately exists between lovers. So you have that supernatural experience that you get when you first meet one. That's just like a natural thing. Like, woman, please embrace me. This is like, I think I found my one, right? And that's like, it's heavenly love. It's just a natural thing, right? A romantic fate, is that unseen energetic network of romantic fusion, natural compatibility. Natural compatibility. You know that natural compatibility factor that you have between ones. Such a beautiful thing, right? Then you got human love. This type of influence is directed by individuals' free will. It represents the mate and the partner that an individual willingly chooses. It also represents the path of physical, emotional, and spiritual interactions that an individual continuously accepts and follows throughout his or her life. Human love, right? It's an influence directed by the individual's free will. This is by the free will of your own personal thing. Oh, she looking good. Oh, he looking good. That's, what I'm saying? It's like, it's not really like, it's just it's like superficial. It's like surface level, right? Right? But it's still fine, because it represents a path of physical, emotional, and spiritual interaction that an individual continuously accepts. So if you continuously accept a certain thing, it's human love, right? Throughout her life, it's human love. So let's get into it. Earth love. This type of natural influence is directed by manipulating romance through adjusting the surrounding environment and magically directing the internal energetic influences. In this type of love, an individual uses body postures and gestures, sensual movements, speech, magical tools such as intoxicating scents, music, feng shui, talismans, sachets, potions, and colors in order to initiate romance. This is like, you're doing a lot, though. But this is earth love, because, you see how, animals do. You ain't got a peacock. I'm going to come in and just peacock my thing. You see my peacock feathers? You see my feathers? looking so good. You have a goose come over there like, ah, you see my neck? So, in this influence of earth love, consciously projected and directed erotic messages in a form of auditory and visual arousal towards a potential is used in order to attract the love of man. So you see all those ones that, oh, let me flaunt a thing, let me show a thing, just to get a love. I don't know if that's going to help you find the right perfect fit now, but hey, let's get on to it. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Ooh. Ooh. Right. So that's a little bit deep for y'all. I can't. Let me see. Making sure we're going in the right direction, man. Because qualifications of a consort now, that gets very deep, but we're not going to get into the specific qualifications of Taoism, because we in America. You see how they get into like the North, my Asia, you big look if you'll find something up from a So let's get into the second stage. This next important stage is used by Taoist sorcerers in order to purify. This is free in the past. Because while you are preparing to find as we just left, at the first stage of finding a qualifying partner, we're connecting to the Qi, your body. That's the first thing you're doing. You're connecting to your body, reevaluating your body, your source connection, and things like that. Making sure you're working out on things. You're taking care of this temple, this vessel. These are things that are natural ways to be able to find your qualifying partner now. Connecting to Qi. Energy, you have your source, you have your natural energies that surround you at all times. That's your Qi. That's your Qi energy. It's always around you now. You're breathing Qi. You have your Qi. And that's why they have Qigong, Tai Chi, many different forms of practicing how to flow your Qi. So as you flow your Qi, these are things that you are connecting to. You want to be able to connect to these things, right? Because when this trinity is in alignment, you're also in alignment with your divine partner, your divine counterpart. So connection to Shin, the spirit guides, your ancestors, whichever way how you connect to your spirit, you connect to it now. Connect to your spirit. That's the Shin, great spirit, the natural nature. You want to always recalibrate yourself back to source. Recalibrate yourself back to source at all times. And also, you want to always extend yourself beyond your limits, because source lives beyond our limits, beyond our perceived limitations. You might place limitations based off of your earthly realm, of your conditions, but the divine has none. So you want to be able to expand and retract yourself at will, right? And the expansion is expanding yourself as the ocean, as above, so below, sky above, sky below, and retracting yourself as a temple, as a church, as a home, as a house, as a vessel. Because I say that because as your house, the Ka, just like in the material, the Ka is the house of the ancestors, right? And so as you create a safe cultivation space for your dwellings, it's like, your body is a temple now. So let's get on to the second stage, freeing the past. So in freeing your past, you'll have, purification, your purification ritual, the releasing ritual, and the closing and sealing ritual. These are things that you don't have to do, but it'd be good for you to free your past before you connect with your one, right? Before you connect with your source, your sacred one. You'll be freeing a lot of things from the past. These are things you're gonna be working on. Having free a lot of these things, purifying yourself of things that have happened to you, traumas that have experienced, etc., etc. The whole thing, right? But we're gonna get into the free, into the past. So, in this important stage, let's get into it. So, the next important stage is used for the Taoist sauces in order to purify the consort's external body and internal tissues. This important step, used by sorcerers to help the consort free his or her body, mind, and spirit from any and all past energetic cords, as well as any and all memory connections that are still attached to her sexual organs. Fama, come on now. We're doing dual cultivation. We're doing sacred practices of cultivating each other. This is necessary. Then this is an important step because it helps the consort free the mind, the body, and the spirit from any and all past energetic cords. You don't think that's necessary before you come in connection with the one? Picture you get into a relationship with the one and they still talking about the past. Please release yourself. Excuse me, I'm sorry. In this sense, you're helping them free, free that. Release yourself. Literally, release yourself. You have to release yourself from the past. Release yourself from it. Energetic cords, any memory connections that still attached to your sexual organs. That little thing she used to do, that little thing you used to do to your woman. Forget it. Because it comes with the emotional history, right? And say the emotional history cultivated through the consort's acquired personality, Zishin. Your Zishin, the acquired personality, right? Through your conditioning, combines with the energy gathered from his or her sexual history stored within her body's lower centers. Because when you have encounters with one, you store all that energy inside your lower frequencies and things like that. You store that. This created psychic energy exists within the tissues of the body, acting as a separate energetic entity, usurping the divine energy that flows from the consort's higher emotional and spiritual centers. So when you're communicating with the one and they're still having connections with a past, you can't connect to the divine energy that flows from our higher emotional and spiritual centers because it's still attachments that's attaching that one, psychic energy that's attaching that one to the past. You have to clear that thing out, right? It's a treatment stage. You have to do these things. These are all dual cultivation practices because when you are merging with the soul, when you are merging your soul and things like that, you have to cultivate. And so in that part of the cultivation process, you're purifying each other. This is a purification and sanctification right here. This particular treatment stage is used to help free the consort of any energetic or psychic stagnations that have developed within his or her sexual organs and tissues. You telling me that you have to help free the consort of any energetic and psychic stagnations that are developed within his or her sexual organs and tissues. You start to, it goes far beyond the one you just, wow, this person just like, it goes far beyond these things, right? It could be a person's past of our personal ways, it's a way, right? Certain conditioning. And so as you are connecting with the one and you're now reconnecting, realigning yourself, fusing your energy, merging your soul, you have to understand when that certain things are not of this person. These things can become from conditioning, social conditioning. And as you are recalibrating yourself, these are things you're breaking. You're breaking forward that stagnation that's going on inside the sexual organs and tissues, etc. The goal is to reestablish a strong connection between the consort's sex centers and her divine wisdom centers. See how that? Sex centers and your divine wisdom centers. Because you're communicating with the divine inside this tantric experience. Right? Right? So do that generally Before performing this type of magical ritual, the consort would take a purification bath. Alright? A purification bath using certain magical herbs designed to purify and cleanse our body. This helps the consort. Come on, man. Let's get into it. Part of your purification process, you have to cleanse yourself. Ritual bathing. With your magical herbs, your sacred herbs that you use. There's many herbs that we have here at House of Soul, so feel free to connect with us if you want to learn about some herbs and things. But the herbs that the consort would use will vary depending on his or her individual astrological and elemental constitution. So you are making the herbs according to the astrological and elemental constitution. You see that astrological and elemental constitution? You got the United States Constitution, you got the Constitution, but you have the astrological and elemental constitution. Excuse me. Astrological and elemental constitution, right? These are things. Just like they have the elemental chart. The elemental constitution, the astrological chart, the Vedic, the Jyotisha. You can use any system you like to align your herbs, right? And so in the purification ritual, the following magical ritual is performed using 2 red candles, 3 sandalwood incense, a bowl of holy water, a bowl of rice, and a vase of colorful flowers. It's very simple. It's not like, something that's too crazy for you all, right? We have a in this ritual, the sorcerer will make proper introduction to the celestial deities and offer up the incense as a form of sacrifice and worship. You're just offering up incense now. Just the incense. Just a light, a candle, incense. Nothing too much. That's all the incense is. Just a little bit of offering. Just a little bit. Woo. So that's the, this first technique, the sorcerer expands and extends his or her energetic field upwards, uniting and fusing his or her energy field between heaven and earth. This can be done by performing the 1 through 10 meditation. So you want to meditate prior to things. I don't want to get into the whole purification ritual because you'll get those rituals through soulcommunity.io. Once you join, you'll be able to have those rituals. I don't want to get into that, because it's very sacred. These practices are very sacred. And so you got releasing. So you go into purification and releasing. After purification is done, it's completed, the sorcerer has his or her consort remove all of her clothes and lie on her back. Because of the personal nature of this magical ritual, it should be performed in the privacy of a bedroom or in an area that is quiet and secluded. Right? That's releasing. We're going to get into a little bit of that, but I don't want, but you see how you get into the heart, the middle dantian. These are all different things. You have your taiji pole. Your taiji pole is going from down here, connecting as above, so below, to your lower dantian, to your upper dantian. So you have the upper dantian, which controls the transformation of Shin to Wuxi, right? Your Shin, your spirit, to Wuxi, something that can be utilized. Your middle dantian is utilized for the controls, the transformation of Qi into Shin. So you have energy and transferring your energy into Shin, into spirit, right? And then inside of the lower dantian is your transformation of Jing to Qi. Jing is your nature, Jing. Nutritive Jing is your nature, your tantric nature, your sacred nature, what they call Muladhara, right? Your Svadhisthana, which is your sacral chakra. Muladhara is the root chakra, right? These things are the lower dantians where you're transforming your Jing into your Qi. These are things that in your different dantians you have your, right? Your Taji pole that connects to your heavenly transpersonal point, right? Your heavenly transpersonal point is right here because you have a heavenly connection, right? That's going. That's maybe we're opening the dragon gate. And this is your Taji pole that's going down. Your third eye is yin yin yang yin yang. That's your yin yang right here. It's your third eye. That's your third eye. And so these are things that you want to understand as you're balancing out when it comes to finding out your the right individual that you're that you're sharing your sacred experience with, because you have to understand the not only the 7 chakras, the 11 body systems, the 152 chakras, 172, 180 nadis, etc., etc. There are thousands of nadis. That was only inside the body, right? And so inside the yin and yang, right, you have the physical world surrounded by the spiritual world, right? And then you have the other side, which is the spiritual world existing within the physical world, right? The 2 circles within the yin yang symbol represented the mysterious existence to the spirit world existing within the physical world, right? That's your yin when you see the spirit world existing within the physical world, right? As well as the physical world surrounded by the spirit world. The center dividing the line, which is your yang, the physical world surrounded by the spiritual world, your yang. The center dividing the line, see, you have a center. You have your yin, your yang, but then you have your center, your Taji pole. Represents the energetic world, considering the bridge that separates the 2 worlds, the spirit world and the physical world. But in your yin, you have the spirit world existing within the physical world. Your yang, you have the physical world existing. The physical world surrounded by the spirit world. Just wanted to tap into that before we get into this stage, right? Fusing the energy, because you do have a closing and sealing ritual, but again, these are ritual practices, and I want you all to study these practices without me, not with me, right? And so the third stage of fusing the energy. This stage is used by the Taoist sorcerer in order to combine and fuse his chi and breath with the energetic rhythm of the consort's chi and breath. You're breathing together. Your energy and breath is fusing together, right? This energetic fusion is initiated by performing the magical technique known as the morning and evening prayer. This special breathing meditation is used by the sorcerer and his consort to energetically claim each other as partners and mates. You just breathe in pranayama together to energetically claim each other in the rising, morning and evening. Breath combined together, right? This is special. This special breathing meditation is used by the sorcerer and his consort energetically to claim each other, right? It establishes a new root and energetic core within her body, mind, emotions, and spirit. You breathe it together, right? That chi, that shit, you're doing that together, naturally, right? And you're merging, right? You're claiming each other spiritually, embedding your planetary logos, right? It establishes a new root, an energetic core within her body, mind, and emotions. In this particular technique, it does not matter if the sorcerer and his or her consort are clothed or not. This is not something you don't have to be naked or nothing. You can do this naturally. The primary goal at this stage is energetic fusion, not sexual intercourse. Roma, you're energetically fusing yourself with the one before you even get into your sexual intercourse, right? These are things that you have to know, because this is going far beyond just the normal just bumping grind now. You're getting into a whole seance with it now. Because this, you're fusing the energy. You're dancing. This is energetic fusion, not sexual intercourse now. And so they have different, as you can see, they have different ones. But I just, Again, the ritual is something that you do. I want y'all to be able to look at that yourself. We'll go into the next one right here, right? So you got your spiritual aura, your energetic aura, and your physical aura, right? The body's wave, chi auric fields, because as you adjust, fusing the energy, right? Fusing the energy. That's what you were just doing. The consort exhales as the sorcerer inhales and draws her exhaled breath into his heart. The consort exhales as the sorcerer inhales. So as your empress is exhaling, you are inhaling and draws her exhaled breath into his heart. Whew! You're drawing that breath into your heart, your pranayama into your heart, and vice versa. It's the sacred exchange where you all are fusing. You're fusing, right? You could do this at anything. You can do these things, right? So that was fusing the energy. Now you're fusing your spirit. See, fusing the spirit stage is used by the Taoist sorcerer in order to combine and fuse the sorcerer's own spirit, Shin, with the spirit of his consorts, right? Because these things are shit. Come on now, this is a sacred dance. You're not in this for just freak nasty. You're in this thing for the long haul. You're in this thing spiritually. You're in this thing sacredly. So as we are sharing this sacred experience with each other, we're able to cultivate. This is dual cultivation. This is how I'm able to pour into you and you pour into me. This goes far beyond the intimacy, far beyond the monetary, far beyond all those type of things. The monetary and all these type of things will also come from these things. As you're fusing, it's only a natural thing. So, the following ritual, we get into it, right? So, fusing the spirit, you get into it. There's different things you'll do. Have practices. Practices, a specific sitting posture. You're aligning your spiritual aura, your energetic aura, your physical aura from you're able to breathe. First, you understand that your breath is pranayama, right? And they also have, a way of using 2 red candles, 3 sandalwood incense, a bowl of rice, a bowl of holy water, and a vase of colorful flowers. This is all natural way of doing these things, with natural things. Incense, bowl of holy water. Holy water, you can use that with Florida water, or however you want to, use some spring water, or, whatever, however you holyize your water. And so, you have different things, and so you in the first part of it, right? You're expanding, extends the energetic field upwards, uniting and fusing his energetic field between heaven and earth. This can be done by performing the 1 through 10 meditations. Again, you're going through the meditations one more time, right? Next, the sorcerer connects his energy field with the divine. It begins to purify the surrounding environment, energetic space, removing all toxic and detrimental energies within the area. This act of magical purification keeps his consort energetically safe and allows her to perform the freedom, trust, and security to surrender all of her boundaries. You have to feng shui your environment to align so you can be able to perform your purification. Now, right? Get some of this tea. So when performing this magical purification ritual, it is important that the sorcerer emit chi to create the magical circles that surround himself and the consort. These 3 circles are drawn in the personal ground. These circles are drawn in the ground and represent the magical fusion of the 3 powers of heaven, earth, and man. like Vesica Pisces, 3 circles. These are things. These are rituals that you can. You don't have to. These are natural ways. Natural ways. So the 3 circles would represent heaven, earth, and yourself. Right? The 3 magical circles are also drawn in order to create infinite space of the Wuji, the energetic state in which space and time dissolve. Wuji, the energetic space between where space and time dissolve. It dissolves right there in your Wuji. So always remember that. Wuji is the energetic state in which space and time dissolves. Within this sacred space, all things existing in the past, present, and future extend throughout infinity. It's an extension now. It's a sacred thing. It's a sacred thing. And so again, this is, you can perform these things, pulling down the heavens, etc., etc. That's what they talk about with your upper dantian, your tajipo, your middle dantian, your lower dantian, your reproductive organs, your lung, heart, liver, all connected, brain, eyes. These are ways of how, the ethereal soul, they say the home, flows through the liver to the eyes to observe the subtle images, energetic patterns, and visual sensations of the world. Ooh, come on now. Activating the core. This important stage is used by the Taoist sorcerer in order to purify his consorts, Tajipo, the 3 dantians, 8 extraordinary vessels, and 12 chakra gates. Roma, these are things that you say as we activate in the core, you're purifying the consorts, Tajipo, connection to the divine, right? The 3 dantians, as I was talking about the upper, middle, and lower dantians, right? The 8 extraordinary vessels, your vessels that I was telling you about, right? And 12 chakra gates, right? This is the 5th stage of activating the core. These are all processes of you, merging with your sacred, partner, right? This magical training is also used to activate all of the consort's internal and external tissues with sound, allowing both the sorcerer and the consort's bodies to energetically fuse as one. You see, you're using the sound so the bodies can merge as one. Roma, right? Oh, yeah. So, following this magical ritual is performed using 2 red candles, 3 sandalwood incense, a bowl of holy water, a bowl of rice, and a vase of colorful flowers. This is easy stuff. It's not rocket science field. It's not nothing you gotta go and get you something. You ain't gotta do nothing crazy. It's natural. It's nature. You can do these things natural. So, in the first stage of the technique, the sorcerer expands and extends the energetic field upward, uniting and fusing his energetic field between heaven and earth. This can be done by performing the 1 through 10 meditations. Okay. Next, the sorcerer connects his energy field with the divine and begins to purify surrounding environmental energetic space, removing all toxin and detrimental energies within the area. This act of magical purification keeps his consort energetically safe and allows her freedom, trust, and security to surrender all of her boundaries. When performing this magical purification ritual, it's important that the sorcerer emit chi, right? Emitting your chi to create 3 magical circles that surround himself and his consort. These 3 circles are drawn in the ground and represent magical fusion of the 3 powers of heaven, earth, and yourself. The magical circles are also drawn in order to create infinite space of Wuji, the energetic state in which space-time dissolve. It dissolves, brother. It dissolves, sister. Right? So you're doing the activating the core ritual. So that has a whole thing, the whole thing telling you all of these things. Imprinting the core, is the second one, right? The imprinting the core is a ritual also known as the 8-second kiss. When practicing this magical technique, it's important that the sorcerer imagine, feel, and experience the feelings, thoughts and energetic states that he or she wishes to imprint into his consort. Oh, picture that, right? You're imagining and experiencing the feelings, thoughts, and energetic states that he or she wishes to imprint into his consort. These are things that we do all the time, right? You could be mad, be kissed, right? But you're not conscious. These unconscious doing. So now we're focusing on the consciousness in the encounter. Right? The consciousness in it, right? Because you want to imagine, feel, and experience the feelings, thoughts, and energetic states that he or she wishes to imprint. Because you are imprinting these on your console. Traditionally, there are two popular types of imprinting the core used in this type of sex magic. One method requires the sorcerer to imagine himself and his mate as the divine union of a deity and his consort. The other method is used if the sorcerer is working on something specific in terms of self-cultivation. So if you're working on something personally, you can, these are good things that you want to imagine. But they also say that you can imagine yourself as a deity and the consort. Whatever deity you say. You have people that go, oh, look, I want to imagine myself as Jesus. Imagine yourself as Osiris. I want to imagine myself as Yemonya, Oshun, and right? The deity and its consort. The highest version of yourself and your consort. That's what you imagine, right? Right? That's what you imagine. The highest version of yourself. So traditionally, while imprinting the core for self-cultivation, the sorcerer first shares this personal goal with his consort. Right? You got to share these things. You have to make these things known. Because you have to be in alignment. Right? Next, the sorcerer imagines himself manifesting this particular magical skill. His consort will also simultaneously imagine the sorcerer acquiring and manifesting this particular magical skill. Then when they both kiss, both the sorcerer and his consort unify their energetic desire and imagine that the sorcerer has now acquired the magical skill. The sexual energy, being neutral, is then imprinted and activated by the couple's combined intention of this. My God. My God. Look at how powerful that is. Look at how powerful that is. Of how powerful just, magic is when it comes to, intercourse and the sacred exchange. No, that's some serious stuff there. That's some serious stuff there. The sexual energy being neutral is then imprinted and activated by the couple's combined intentions and desires. You have to have an alignment when you're dealing with one. The combined energies, intentions, and desires, and one is manifesting the thing, and another one is manifesting the thing. You both have to see you achieving those desired results. You both have to imagine you achieving those things while you're intimate with each other. You can't be intimate with each other and be thinking that I want to stay in the house. I don't want this person to, no. I want the person to achieve everything possible. I want you to get this, that, this, that, these, that, these. You get this, I'm gonna give you this. You want this, I want this, we got this. It's a manifestation thing. You can have anything you want now. Anything you want. Faith without action. So this is a part. This is sacred. So yeah. So that's imprinting the core. And these are things that you're doing, right? Shama, voices of seduction. You got some good stuff in here. Let's get into they get into orgasms and things like that. But we won't skip over all that because we're gonna talk about dual cultivation. So the dual cultivation, traditionally the secret techniques used in dual cultivation sex magic were designed and developed by Taoist sorcerers in order to assist them in cultivating of Shen and Qi. With the support of a willing consort, the increase in magical power could then be used to create the sorcerer's immortal body. sorcerer and sorceress, right? You're creating your immortal body. You're dual cultivating each other to create the immortal body. You can do that in your bedroom. You don't have to go out here in bedroom with the right partner. You can do that with the right partner. In advanced Taoist magic, it was originally taught that a sorcerer's qi and shin must be cultivated to the degree that he or she could sustain two life forces. The life force of the sorcerer's physical body and the life force of the sorcerer's projected tangible spiritual body. Oh my God, the projected tangible spiritual body. I can project my body and it be tangible to you. My projected tangible. This type of magical power was normally obtained only through practicing advanced forms of qi and shin cultivation exercises and meditations in combination with ingestion of certain magical mineral, plant, animal, herbs, and human essences. Right? So while you're doing your qi and shin cultivation, so that you can be able to sustain two life forces. One, the life force of the sorcerer's physical body, or the sorceress's physical body, and then the life force of the sorcerer or sorceress's projected tangible spirit body. The projected tangible spiritual body. My projected tangible, you can feel my spirit body that has been projected from me. So when you come and experience me, you'll feel me and also my projected tangible spirit body. This type of magical power was normally obtained only through practicing advanced forms of qi and shin cultivation exercises, right? Taoist sexual cultivation techniques were initially valued because they could greatly shorten the lifetime that it took to produce the energy required to form the immortal body, right? Over years, these magical techniques used in dual cultivation sex magic begin to change in their focus and intention, right? Because of all the conditioning and things. A lot of things happen. So now you don't step away from cultivating yourself dually with your partner and sacredly with your partner to now get into a whole different thing now, right? Eventually, the intention and emphasis began to shift from cultivating the immortal body to now cultivating specific manifestations, right? You're like, I don't want the immortal body. I just want, let me just $100. I want my own personal goals. Own personal goals. You know what I'm saying? Immortality should be a great thing to achieve, I should say. Right? Because you're aligning yourself with the divine. You're not talking about immortality as you're aligning yourself with the divine. That's what you want to be doing. Aligning yourself with the divine. All those other things, they come, they go. That's it. You find them. You find them. Right? Cultivation. Let's keep it going. They got pastures in here for y'all. If y'all like pastures, y'all like great things in here for you. A lot of great things. So that's the book right there. It's called Taoist Transformation Skills. I want y'all to be able to get a whole experience in observing that. Right. So y'all tell me what y'all think. Y'all tell me what y'all think, and the whole fullness, right? So let me get into some good stuff. But that's the sacred cultivation methods that I want y'all to be able to experience and tap into. Feel free if y'all have any questions for me. I want y'all to join our community. This whole community.io. It's a new experience for y'all. I know y'all been used to like social media and the whole thing, the whole experience and thing, right? But this is a new day and age. We're creating our own platforms. We're creating our own everything, right? So that was sex magic, right? That's dual cultivation. That's the rituals, and And so you can get the book, when you join the whole bonus. We'll have some outro music. We'll have some outro music. Have some outro music. Some outro music. Have some outro music. Yeah, how y'all feeling? Y'all feeling energized? You know what I'm saying? Y'all feel divine? Yeah. I hope you do. I love you. If anyone said, I got you. I had to do it. Oh, we just got to stop our sex, huh? I want you to stop running like you don't when you do. Feeling hot is hot, and if you really start, you start it. If the time you start it, my love will make you shout it. Feeling like you're with me. Feeling like it's me. Feeling like you're with me. Feeling like it's me. If you feeling like me. I'm satisfied you want to. Baby, don't be shy. I'm judging you. You know, keep it real. We'll talk about this day. We'll be about these days. We could do. Really love this day. If you really thought this way, if you thought this way, I'm gonna think if you feeling like me. Lord, is anybody out there wanna touch me right now? Oh, anybody wanna touch now? It's the silky thing. Silky got something to do. Take me in my bedroom. Oh yeah. We'll show you how I feel. Cause I know that you feel like listen, we were singing to that thing. I got another one. All right, before we get up, before we get up, I gotta get to work. This is work, but I gotta get to other work. I have some clients to attend to, but I'm gonna do one more song for you because we were just in this tantric mood, and Come on. This when you not dealing with the right consort. But you know it's still fun. Just get cleaner out and check my message. Don't always call with my homies and some real collectors. Setting up somebody wants to borrow money. She wake up, she don't hit me back, so then it's funny. So I go back the house and after that she see my baby. Roll my sticks around looking for that missing lady. Got back in, turn the TV on the fucking moon. Cover my head, cause I'm so confused. And when I turn the TV on, there's so much going on cultivation. Something's going on upstairs, yeah. Somebody else is here. As I get closer to the skyways, all I hear. And when I hear my baby's voice in my ear, still I'm your touch me, give me what you got. This when you know, it's a new cultivation, but you crazy. Still like it though. I don't know what looking for that. Still prayers only God knows what I'm gonna. When I saw was enough to drive a preacher wild. I'm in my heart, contemplating out in my own damn house. As I get closer to the skyway, all I hear. And then I hear my baby's voice in my ear, sweet. We're gonna first stop it right there. We're gonna first stop it right there. No. After everything we just went through, picture being in sacred cultivation methods with someone that's not in alignment with your. You sit up here, you're trying to do magic with a one, right? You sit up here trying to do magic with a one, and then that one is just just out here doing magic with someone else. Now picture you sharing cultivation methods with that one. Y'all supposed to be seeing each other winning and be successful, but it's contagious. But touch me, baby. Give me what you got. And a man said, what a man said. Touch me, baby. Just touch me. I know you're contagious. All right, that was the last song now. That was the last song. So I do want to put another one for you. I can have an outro song. An outro? All right, this is going to be the outro song right here. All right? And viewers, man, type something in the chat or something, you know what I'm saying? Let me know y'all here. Y'all holding the meditation with me. I see 2 people in here. Y'all just present, watching me and stuff. Say something in the chat. Gracias. Look, it's the last song though. Look, here we go. Before we get off. Let me just play the beginning of it. Come on. Now you know daggone well, y'all been trying to text me and call me and stuff. I ain't answering. What's it? I've been wanting to do. Let me see something. Hold on. Keep feeling. See nothing in me love. Oh yeah, she nothing in me. Oh, you feeling. So I had a. You feeling. See nothing in my face. In my phone. She nothing in warriors. Not fire, nothing in me. You feel love. No matter can you feel love. You feel love. You nothing in me. So you nothing in me. Alright, that's it for y'all. That's it for y'all today. I gave y'all enough. I gave y'all enough. I don't know how long that live stream was. It was a minute though.